Good morning. My name is Dr. S. Divya, Assistant Professor of History, Sri Narayana College, Kollam. Today I am going to talking about the concept and context of modern democratic revolutions. Okay, as we know that for the convenience of the study of history, historians divided history into mainly three parts: ancient, medieval and modern. But it is sure that we can't differentiate a particular age from another. But on the basis of some features, we can categorize an age from another one. By the close of the 15th century, where we can see that there were a lot of socio-political changes were occurred even in the world context. As we know that geographical discoveries was there, invention of printing press, Renaissance, Reformation. It's a period of beginning of modern science, and it's a period of scientific and technological developments. All these developments took place by the close of the 15th century. From that days, we can see that there were a lot of changes were occurred, isn't it? So in the 16th century onwards, there were a most important feature was occurred, that is the emergence of nation states. Actually, the most prominent nation states in Europe were England, France and Spain, and except Switzerland, where we can see that almost all other newly emerging nation states were heralded. That means the people began to organize themselves on the basis of their territory or on the basis of their language, on the basis of their culture and so and so. And after that, we can say that where, in almost all these nation states, kingship was emerged. The despotism was emerged. Each and every nation states, they wanted to strengthen their political power, and of course at the same time they wanted to strengthen their economic power. In the political level, as I told you, the despotism was the main concern of these rulers. In the economic level, mercantilism, that was practiced almost all the newly emerging states. Each and every nation state, they wanted to strengthen their economic power through trade activities. Okay, then the state or the kingship, they guaranteed their full support to the development of these trade activities. After that, we can also see that some of the people, they became very wealthy on the basis of or as a result of these trade activities. Okay, then I just want to bring about some important background just before the outbreak of the democratic revolutions that I meant. Next is, I just want to, directly, the causes of democratic revolutions. There are various causes for the outbreak of the democratic revolutions in the world. We can categorize it into political cause or social cause, economic cause and intellectual cause, and causes are there. If we take the political cause of the modern democratic revolutions, we can see that, the anarchism or the anarchic rule of the despotic rulers, that was an important factor. And the autocratic rule of this nation states and their kingship, another important factor for the, it always created a lot of problems among the people or in the society. And moreover, they strongly believed in the divine right theory of kingship. Have you heard about the divine right theory of kingship? It is the belief of the people, it is the belief of the kings that they were appointed by the grace of God or by the God, and they have only responsible to the God. That is the main belief of the kings of these nation states. The thing is that they were not at all concerned about the life of the people in the society. They only strongly believed in divine right theory, and they have only responsible to the God. And it always created a lot of problems among the various sections of the people. When we discuss about the social causes, social dissatisfaction, that was another important thing which directly paved the way for the democratic revolutions in the world. Society was divided on the basis of privileged and unprivileged, sections. The nobles or the priests, they adorned the supreme position in the society, and of course they enjoyed all the privileges in the society. But at the same time, what is the condition of the unprivileged section? Unprivileged sections, which always consisted of farmers, laborers, the middle class men, the teachers, the lawyers and so and so. They are suffering from social dissatisfaction which is also prevalent in the country. So very soon they became very unsatisfied or discomfort with the pattern of social structure in these countries. So when we discuss about the economic cause, economic disparity between the privileged and the unprivileged section. See, can you imagine the society, without, the economic stability? Some people are enjoying all the wealth and privileges, and some of the people are exempted from, or they were, left from these things. Can you imagine what are the, the condition that faced by the people in that period? The heavy taxes were upon the shoulders of the farmers or the laborers or during this time, isn't it? That means whether it is the, sometimes farmers are facing with flood, or, some people are facing with the problem like, flood and so on. So, the government not at all concerned about the condition of the laborers or the condition of the farmers. Okay, they were forced to, pay the heavy taxes. That is the economic condition of the people in almost all these nation states. It always created, of course, a lot of problems among the various sections, especially the unprivileged sections of the society. Next is the intellectual cause. Okay, intellectual cause, that means there were many people, they speak out the human liberty. The many people, they started to think about human fraternity or equality. Till the time we can see that the people were treated differently by the state, by the kingship. Okay, so some people are started to think, or intellectual, they started to think about the human liberty. I told you. So they wrote about many articles, they wrote about many books, reviews, they wrote about plays, they wrote, what I said, many things. They wrote about many books and articles. Through these books and articles, they highly criticized the existing socio-political economic conditions of these countries. After getting these books and references, people became very conscious about their rights. Okay, so the people, they started to challenge the existing system in all sense. Okay, that was the causes of the democratic revolutions in general. And when we discuss about the features of democratic revolutions, there are various features were highlighted by these democratic revolutions. First of all, I told you democratic ideals. Okay, democratic ideals were highlighted, so-called, freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, freedom of expression, and freedom to fair trial. That means we should, we should know about, in the absence of these democratic ideals, or in the absence of these democratic ideals in this society, we, critically evaluate, or the contribution of the intellectuals in this scenario. That means democratic ideals. The people became very conscious about their freedom. The people, they wanted to express their grievances. The people, they wanted to express their freedom before the other people. So till the time, it is sure that, remember that the people have no right to organize themselves. The people have no right to express their ideas before any institutions. There was no institution at all. That is another fact. Okay, that means the king ruled the country. Okay, then the king making their own laws, and according to that laws, the people were directed to follow. Okay, that's enough. So this is the democratic ideals were highlighted by the middle class or the intellectuals with the help of this common people. So this is one of the most important features of the democratic revolutions. Another one is that the demand for democratic institutions. I told you, the people, they wanted to abolish the authoritarianism of the state, authority of the state, and controllable power of the state. Okay, then another thing is that the people, they wanted to get a political participation in the government affairs. Okay, we have the right. They want to get right. That is the important thing. So the thing is that, the point is that the people, they demanded for their democratic institutions. Okay, that means the establishment of a government. That was very highlighted by the people in these years. Another one is that the demand for political rights. Okay, political rights. What is political rights? It's a right to equality before the law. It's a right to vote. Okay, as we know that till the time some people have the right to vote. Okay, then rest of the people, they were denied from all these rights. So it was in this context the people, they highly demanded for the right to equality before the law, the right to vote. Okay, to the right to vote, elect representatives of the government, and so on. So these were highly recommended or highlighted by the middle class through these democratic revolutions. Then another thing is that it enforcing universal adult franchise. We can connect to this point, the previous one. Okay, then universal adult franchise. I told you some people are exempted from the voting right. So the people, they demanded for the same. So these were the features of the democratic revolutions. That means these were highly demanded by the people through these democratic revolutions. Okay. Then another thing is that what are the limitations of these democratic revolutions? Okay, even though democratic revolutions were introduced to so many reforms in the country, but it has its own limitations. One of the most important limitations of the democratic revolutions was it replaced the existing political system. That is the point. What is the replacement of the existing political system? Because till the time, during that period, we can see that some people are enjoyed all the privileges, and they are getting some of the important positions in the society, and so and so. And here it was led by, these democratic revolutions were actually led by the bourgeois or the middle class. So what happened? After all these democratic revolutions, where we can see that the demands of this middle class were only protected. That is the important point. The common people or the rest of the people even now exempted from some other socio-political economic scenario. That is one of the most important limitations of the democratic revolutions. Okay, I think it's all about the basic concept and context of democratic revolutions. We have already discussed about the background just before the outbreak of the democratic revolution. We just discussed the causes for the democratic revolution. We just discussed the features and of course the limitations. I think it is all about the democratic revolutions. In the next class, we will discuss another important topic which is closely related to this topic, that is French Revolution. And thank you.